An easy thing to make is sauce, homemade. So I'm going to show you how I do that pretty simply, and you can kind of use whatever spices you have. First I'm going to cut up an onion or two. And I use this to make it a little bit easier. Just a hair pick. And I cut through the middle of each one. Cut into it on each side. And then slice down. Do the other side. See if you can cut down through each. This one's kind of small to cut down. Onion. So I didn't go too close on the other side, so it would continue to hold. And I'm going to do a second onion. Now I'm going to just get some of these cloves. I'm just going to use 3. All right, let's go to the pot. So I'm going to pour a little olive oil in and let that heat up. Okay, when it's heated, I'm going to put the onions in. So while that's cooking, I'm going to peel my garlic at the end off right here. And then I smash it down with the knife. And then the peel just comes right off. You gotta mix that up some. You could use a press for the garlic, but I'm actually going to just chop it up. Throw it on in there after the onion's been cooking for a little bit. Set up. Starting to burn on the bottom a little. It's okay if it does that a little. Also, you could add wine to this, and if you do that, that will take off those brown bits on the bottom and give it really good flavor. But I'm not adding wine to it. Actually, maybe I will add some wine. So I'm going to add a little bit of splash of wine right there. Pour it a little bit in, and so you can see the brown all comes away from the bottom. You get the flavor of the cooked onions and the garlic and a little bit of wine. And just let that cook off for a minute so that that liquid is gone. See how quickly there's no liquid there really anymore, just a tiny bit. You could smell it. It smells really good. Okay, then put in the crushed tomatoes. So I usually use 2 cans of crushed tomatoes. You could use any brand. Some are thicker than others. And I put in 2 cans. Today I'm actually putting 1 can of crushed tomatoes and 1 can of peeled tomatoes. Then on top of that, I'm going to add my spices. So I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of basil, 2 tablespoons of oregano, when it starts boiling, it starts popping up all over the place. So I gotta keep mixing it while I'm adding these. The other thing, okay, here's a teaspoon of thyme. If you don't have all these spices, you can always just get Italian seasoning spice, which is a lot of these spices mixed into one. That's fine to use too. I used that for a long time before I started using individual spices. Teaspoon of rosemary. Teaspoon of marjoram. Teaspoon of savory. So you should use fresh parsley, but I don't have fresh parsley, so I'm going to use 2 tablespoons of dried parsley. Teaspoon of salt and tablespoon of brown sugar. Oh. And that's it. Lower the heat down low. Let it simmer for half an hour, however much time you have. I'm going to cover it with a little room around the edges so it doesn't splatter all over the place. That's it. So that's it, it's done. So one of the things I threw in here at the end, I threw a bay leaf in, but that's not necessary. I'm gonna get rid of that. If you'd like, you can take a blender or an immersion blender and just break up the onions a little bit more, but that's not necessary. And that's it. And you could use this sauce anywhere. Save it, freeze it, eggplant parmesan, spaghetti, on bread with cheese, pizza or regular pizza, anything.